forever, man.
I think we got a couple people in.
I think we're live.
Yep. Looks that way.
Good to see Miss Annie in the house. Thank you for being here as always.
Hey, Annie, how are you?
And Joe Deals, the other Joe, is here with us.
The other Joe.
Yeah, man.
So what's going on, guys?
I gotta mute this.
Not much, man. How are you been? I haven't talked to you in like forever, dude. I feel like it's like a reunion for me now. Eric's like always like in the community interacting with everybody. I'm like, hey, man. This dad thing is no joke.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, how is the baby?
He just turned 10 months like last week, so, and he's getting into everything. He's crawling. He's got an attitude now. Every day he's getting a little bit bigger. I'm like, oh man, I just bought you that outfit. But but it's cool. It's cool watching him grow at the same time.
Yeah. I have a 2-year-old, so I
know. Yeah, you got 3, right?
Yeah, I have 3 total. Yeah, I have 2 boys. I have 2 boys, 13 and 11, and then a 2-year-old. Dude. Well, my 10-year-old's going to be 11 in about a week. So,
hey, Wally, good to see you, man.
So,
dude, how you manage everything is crazy. So, I mean, how do you balance all that stuff? Like, especially, I don't know. We like the wife and I talk about, after a certain period of time, it's like you're starting over again, So if you guys are plugged in like 11 years worth of work,
yeah,
and then it's like redo. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have an awesome wife. My wife Lauren really, she runs the ship here, so she takes care of the kids and makes sure everybody's got on the right schedule, especially when it comes to sports. They're all the 2 older kids are in sports, and now
like same sports.
That my 10-year-old, he plays soccer, which is all year round now.
Yeah.
And then my oldest son, he plays, and they both play basketball. I coach basketball. My oldest plays baseball and flag football. So I mean, it's constant.
All year round.
This weekend, there's 4 games. So
dude.
But yeah, and Riley, my youngest, just comes along for the ride with her. She's good with everything, so she likes hanging out, with her brothers, and
that's awesome.
Yeah. So,
hey, Mr. Bill, good to see you.
It's a lot of work.
Good to see you, man. Yeah. Sam, how's the chickens?
Dude. Christina's been like putting in work as far as like feeding them, trying to like sit by the crate and like befriend them so they like come to her and stuff. So we like picked up 6 chicks the other week.
What?
So we have 6 chicks now, and we're like trying to figure out how to like what kind of coop to do. Like she like bought. By the way, so reselling, right? Like if you can if you're really good at plans and stuff like that, this stuff, digital content, this dude is like making bank like $16, $17 per plan for you to buy their plans for a chicken coop. And it's basically like a DIY like IKEA plan. No, it's not. But it's like how to basically, it tells you exactly what to get, what to cut it to, how to slap it all together. And yeah, they make bank off of it. So if any of you guys are good at that kind of stuff and drawing schematics, Etsy is your place. So we've been trying to figure that out.
Schematic would have been good for me prior to starting building my chicken tractor.
Dude.
So what are you building it on your own, Eric?
Yeah,
you're building it as you go.
Man, I did construction from when since I've been probably 14, 15, like my dad used to do remodeling and stuff. So I know how to do all that stuff. But dude, that thing is like trying to come up with it. And then too, like I've been trying to save money because man, lumber is crazy expensive right now.
Yes.
Like a stud, like one stud now is like almost $7.
Yeah,
Insane.
it's like double the price. Yeah,
It used to be like $2, like
Yeah.
not long ago. So I've been like looking through my yard saying, I think I can use this. I think I can use this. So
Dude.
that's kind of what I got. But
So, like,
Sam, you should check this out. Pallet chicken. Yeah.
dude, I was gonna say, like, freebie alerts, man. Freebie alerts for those pallets, spare wood. We've just been like, especially because I guess people are like either remodeling homes and stuff, you know, figuring out clever ways as a reseller to like source stuff, you know. So like basically picking through people's like construction rubbish, you know, for scrap wood. So there's like a house, well, 2 houses down by us that's getting built right now. So I got to get in contact with the builder, see if I can pick stuff out. There are pallets like popping up all the time.
Yep.
So figure I can just like capitalize on that and, you know, use some of the wood. I don't know.
Furniture stores and pallets go hand in hand.
Yes. Well, so then you get like craftier, right? Like furniture stores, like the furniture tends to be heavier, so like your chances of the wood getting split is like higher. So you might get some like junky pallets, and the wood's not as good. And like same with like grocery stores.
Yeah.
So you want like newspapers actually. Paper isn't as heavy as some of the other stuff that could go on it. So like those pallets tend to be in better condition. And then like I see people flipping pallets like all the time too. You know, people like are giving them away for free, and then there are people that'll charge you like, you know, $5 a pallet.
Yep. Yeah. Here there's a place to find pallets for sure. Mm-hmm. For your knives only. I can teach you youngins, go to construction sites. Yeah. Here you get arrested for going to construction sites and taking stuff. I'll just tell you.
I mean, go ask. You know what I mean? Like you totally could. It's better that they know. What were you gonna say, Joe?
Jimmy, good to see you, man. For your knives only, man. I can't remember your name right off. For your knives only, if you can drop that, that'd be awesome. And I'll try to address you as such.
I was saying, I see all those. Pickup trucks with like 30 pallets picked up, and it's the same guys that go to the same stores, the same, and they go in. There's a pallet yard not far from here that I guess they buy them from them a couple dollars a pallet, and then they turn around and flip them for a couple more.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like this underground world of like pallets, pallet commerce that I had no idea. I stumbled upon. Like there are people that you like if you take so you can't just like take pallets because sometimes they belong to people and they have brands on them. And if you see it and you take it, you basically stole somebody's property.
Yep.
So you got to be careful of that. Like, and then there are people that like they buy them and I see them, they flip it into beautiful furniture. We have a place over by us, they upcycle it, but then like, you know, a coffee table's like $800. I'm like, nah, thank you. It looks pretty, but nah.
Yeah. Harry, good to see you.
What's up, Harry?
Thank you for being here. She said she sifts through the garbage can at the post office for air pillows. Does that count? Yeah. Hey, however you want to do it.
Insulation.
Yeah. I used to go to a Tuesday morning dumpster and do a little DD to get they had a very clean dumpster that had nothing but foam and bubbles in there. So now I don't know what's going on. It looks like they're going out of business. The shelves are dry in there.
What, that Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The one by not far from here. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're actually closing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Well, Joe, man, good to have you with us. I want to give you a few minutes to kind of just introduce yourself for those of you who don't know, and kind of just give them a little reselling history, and then we'll dive into some questions.
All right. Well, first, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. For you that don't know me, my name's Joe. I go by Philly Picker here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm a part-time reseller. I do live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I've been selling probably for the last 3 to 4 years, a little bit more serious. I would say for the last 3 years, a little bit more serious. I've had my eBay account since probably 2012, 2011. But I just mainly bought things. But the last 3 years, I've really been stepping up and, taking it a little bit more serious. I would sell things here and there when I wanted to get rid of something or for some extra money. But the last 3 years, I've been, I got a store, and then I really make sure that I get everything out on time, shipped, and things like that. So that's about it.
Nice.
So what was the thing that kind of got you into flipping?
I've always been into sneakers. When the sneaker releases came out, like on Saturday mornings, I was, one of the first to try to get there in line to get the new release. And I would try to get 2 pairs, one for myself and then one to resell to try to, pay for the one that I wanted. And there was a store that was in, not far from downtown Philadelphia. That was a consignment store. That's all they did. You brought sneakers to them. They sold them. They would charge you a commission. At first, when it first started out, that was 10%. So basically, I would just go buy 2 pairs of sneakers from Foot Locker, drop one off there, wait for it to sell, and they would call you, give you a check or give you cash for it. So that's what really got me into reselling. And then that store ended up closing, and they called everybody at one time saying, like, if you have any inventory here, come down and pick it up. So then I got to talking to some guys when I went down there to pick up because everybody showed up together to pick up their, inventory that they had on consignment there. People were talking about they're just going to sell on eBay. So that's kind of how I started. Because at the time when the store closed, they were charging 20% commission to sell your shoes, which is roughly, it's a little bit more than what eBay charges, but you didn't have to do anything. You literally would just drop your shoe off, and they would sell, a week later they'd call you up and say, oh yeah, we sold it. So that's what really got me into starting to, I found out the hard way that you couldn't list too many shoes, like Nike brand, when you first started off selling on eBay. So I would list a couple pairs of shoes, and then I would find stuff around the house to sell, some old, clothes, or, at the time, some sports cards or video games. And the more you sold, the more they would let you, list. Mm. So that's kind of like what got me into it. And then eventually I got a store, and then that's where I'm at now. So,
there you go.
Hey, so sneakers, basically, that long-winded answer was sneakers got me involved in it.
Nah, you're good, man. Everybody's got a starting place for sure. Yeah. Wally was admiring your old school superhero setup there behind you.
Thank
Tracy
you.
says, can we talk to Lauren to get the real answers? Good to have you, Tracy. Thanks for
one day, Tracy will try to get her on here. I don't know if she will, though.
That good to have you as well, Greg, Noel. Let me see if I missed anybody.
Hey.
Cameron, good to see you, man.
What's up, guys?
Thank you guys for being here. If you have questions for Joe, please put them in the chat, and we will look out for him. What's your favorite pair of shoes ever?
I'm a huge fan of the Jordan 11s. I pretty much have every pair and every color that came out of the Jordan 11s. So I would have to say that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I do like the Jordan 1s too, but Jordan 11s were my favorite.
Yeah, man. It's weird for me. Like, I was a sneakerhead too, but I think it was tied for me because I was big into basketball. That's kind of what. So basketball shoes was my stuff. That's the thing I was always looking at. I wish I had half the pair that I tore up playing basketball.
Yeah,
I would be doing really well right now. So one of those things. So what about your collection behind you? Do you sell that stuff, or is that some selling?
Occasionally I'll take a piece off and sell it if I find something to replace it with.
I got you.
But mostly all that did start as me as inventory, and then I just thought that was pretty cool. When I first also started reselling, I would go to a couple auctions. There was a toy auction that wasn't too far from here. I would go to, and I would just buy a bunch of toys. That's where most of the figures came from. But like once I made enough money from the lot that I bought, I would take a piece out and throw it up there. But there's a whole different, some of my favorite movies up there. There's a little bit of everything up there. I'm a huge wrestling fan. The kids are into wrestling. That's why there's some wrestling belts up there. And
nice.
I'm a Star Wars nerd. There's some Star Wars stuff back there. So that's kind of like everything.
Subscribe button up there, and his channel's in the link below, so you can.
Yep. Your kids got that for you, right?
Yeah. That was a gift from my kids. I think Father's Day they got it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Wally had asked about comics. Do you mess with comics at all? Like, I don't.
A little bit. In that last 99-cent challenge thing that we did, I did have a comic in there. I ended up I think I bought that from Paul Antonelli. He's the
auction
channel. Yeah. I think I bought like a lot of comics, and that graded comic was in there. I do mess around with it, but I just try to, like, those kinds of things I'll end up keeping, you know what I mean? So I try to stay away from that, and so I don't get tempted to keep anything.
I just wholesaled a whole box of comics because I didn't want to. Man, I looked at them, and there's like some $5 comics, some that kind of stuff. Yeah. So the local comic shop here, I took them up. Hey, what would you give me for this whole box? So 20 to 80, man. I only paid 20, sold them for 80. Didn't have to ship them, didn't have to list them.
Yeah. And they take a lot of time to go through too. I
know, man.
Yeah. It's just like sports cards. I have some sports cards that I've had, from back in the day, and then some newer ones too. But the time that it takes to sit down and go through each card and find out what it's worth and it takes up a lot of time at the end of the day. So
yeah,
I'll get around to it one day.
I mean, usually first editions, key editions.
Yeah.
If not, then usually like bundling up as a whole set or series, however they came out, usually does well. Like some of the manga comics are doing well right now. Like that's just what the kids are into. I feel like some of the more like the Japanese stuff. But yeah, it's hit or miss despite nostalgia. I've made the mistake of picking up, thinking old is gold. Sometimes old is just crap.
Yeah, I agree.
That the 99-cent challenge was one very substantially.
Zombie Hunter, right?
Zombie Bargain Hunter.
Yeah.
I think there's Garbage Pail Kids probably dwarfed anybody else's what they sold completely.
So, he threw a lot of goodies in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
The Garbage Pail Kids went for $1,450.
Dang.
So $1,450 for Garbage Pail Kids.
Bolo.
If I'd only known, man.
Yeah.
Had them, stuck them on stuff, all that kind of stuff when you're a kid.
Yeah, who would have known?
There's our favorite import exporter.
Oh, what's up, Dan?
I watched that episode the other day. Art Vandalay. Good to see you. If somebody else had a question. Richard asked about Satan sneakers. Yeah, I don't think they'll be selling any for very long. I think they're going to face a pretty substantial lawsuit.
Yeah, I know the ones. I think they're all out. They only made 666 pair or something.
Yeah, quick.
Isn't Nike suing them for like millions?
Yeah. I think they end up I think they already won. Or they already settled something, but it was crazy. It was I think it was just a normal Nike pair of Air Max sneakers, and then they customized them into
the black and red.
Yeah. So,
and I feel like after the lawsuit, they're gonna like value.
Value went up just in the last couple, last week or whatever. Once it got all the attention.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Bill, I think I missed you earlier, but thanks for being here. Yeah, them suing probably made it more, obviously make it more valuable.
Yeah.
And it was on every news station. I mean, it was on our local news, and then we're reading about it everywhere.
Kind of crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I haven't done the sneaker drop thing. Like I came close before to doing it a little bit, but I don't.
I just enter the raffles whenever they come up, but that's about it.
Oh, I got you.
Like my wife used to be, she's like did the bots and all that stuff. Just like refresh the page until she got the drop.
Wow.
But it'd be like her and like a couple of friends like at it at the same time, working at the same pair of shoes.
Yeah, I think there's a raffle tomorrow for a pair of Jordan 1s that can come out. So if you have the sneaker app, look out for it. I think it's at 10 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, the answer man. Good to see you, bro.
So what happens to that like collection? Because it sounds like it's a balance between collecting and selling, and that's kind of what I get into. Because like all those Switch games right there, that was like like when I got into Macari was to expand my library, and then my library just kept growing. I stopped selling Switch stuff, and then I was like, I should sell other stuff to kind of subsidize the Switch stuff.
Well, the sneaker, I mean, my sneaker collection that I do have is definitely funded by selling the rest of the junk that I have, that I have. But yeah, I don't think I try to stick to Jordan 11s now with the sneakers. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Jordan 1s. I think I have 2 pairs of them now. I sold most of them off just to downsize the collection. I'm looking over here. It's all the way over there, but I have them in the basement now. They can't even fit in the closet in the bedroom. So, and I don't have enough time I really don't have enough time to wear them between work and, I don't want to wear them to the baseball field.
Yeah.
I don't wear them either. So
I was like, you wear them?
Yeah. A few pair I do wear, but most of them are new in the box. So
yeah.
Big Thrift Philly in the house. Good to see you.
Hey.
What's up, man? How are you? He's a local guy. He's a South Philly. He lives in South Philly.
Nice.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, he just started out on YouTube too. So,
you ever see the Fresh Prince up there, West Philadelphia?
You went to Cali.
I know every time I hear Philadelphia, that song starts playing in my head.
He was shooting some b-ball.
Yep.
I met a couple of guys who were up to no good.
Man, yeah, it's one of the things. I was thinking the other day, like I've been through Philly a few times. I've flown through Philly a few times, but drove through. We go to up there to Pennsylvania skiing every Martin Luther weekend.
Where at? I think it's up at Jack Frost, Big Boulder up that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we kind of hit the outskirt of Philly on the way by.
Yeah.
But
that's where we
I just got my toll statement here a little while back from the turnpike.
Yeah.
Because when we were up there, they had nobody working the turnpike, so they'll just mail you what you owe.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't remember the toll being that much. One of those things.
So you took us on like a thrifting in Philly video. What was that? That was like last week?
Yeah. Yeah, I put that video out last week. Went to 2 or 3 different thrift stores. One was the Goodwill Salvation Army, and then a small like independent thrift store. It's actually ran by like a church. So that's my normal round. The smaller one I just started going to. They were closed for a long time because of COVID. So once they started opening again, I started going back. But that's where I do most of my sourcing right now. Now that like garage sale season and everything is starting up again. I hope to do a little bit more of that. But throughout the winter, it's mostly just the Goodwill and Salvation Army. So.
Too bad they don't have like refrigerator boxes or something, and you could like resell Philly cheesesteaks, because there would be a market for that.
Yeah.
I know a few resellers that may be on board.
It's free some Genos.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other better places than, the Pats and Genos.
I went to some little hole. Like one time we broke down going through Philly on that trip I'm telling you about. And so they took us out somewhere. Like we had AAA, so they're like, oh, we can put you up here or whatever. So they did that. We were near, like walking distance to some little hole in the wall Philly cheesesteak place. And they were.
Yeah. I feel like the bigger places that everybody knows is just like a tourist crap. And
where did I go to? Was it Jim's?
Jim's is good on South Street, probably.
Yeah, Jim's South Street.
Yeah,
that's all I ever hear is like Geno's anytime anybody brings it up. But it's like pizza here too. Everybody's like, you gotta go to this place. And I mean, it's like, this is kind of garbage, but sure.
Everybody remembers like Pat's and Geno's because of Boys to Men. It was in their video. So
yeah.
That's kind of like why everybody goes there. So
yeah, it's funny, man. We're the same way. Like we had that diners, drive-ins, and dives that came here. All the restaurants they went to here are terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, one of them's actually closed. Like recently, went out of business. And I was like, dude, you're 3 years from having that come to your place, and now you're out of business. So one of those things. Dan says, do you see the Philadelphia beaches that Dan is so fond of?
Dan thinks Philadelphia. Art Vandelay thinks Philadelphia is located by the beaches, but there's no beaches here, Dan. I wish there was.
Oh man,
what's that river? It's a funky name.
Schuylkill.
Yes,
Schuylkill River.
I'm like, it's either that or like the Delaware River that goes through.
There's Delaware.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to dip your toes in that, man. You might come out with 7 toes.
I've been in both.
Hey Danielle, good to see you.
Hey Danielle.
She's been out hitting the fines, I'm sure. So how was it with all the guys coming your way? Y'all's is
last weekend it was fun.
Yeah.
Finally met up with Tommy Bernard and Tim. We went up to Lancaster. It's about an hour from me, and met Mike, the January house. I met him before. He had a yard sale last year sometime, and he's about like an hour and a half from me. I drove up when he was having that and met him last year, and then we met up with Tim and Tommy in Lancaster, and we did some thrifting up there. We went to a few yard sales, but they were great guys, man. They were awesome. So, but it was fun. Nice little Saturday away from Philly.
I was gonna say, I feel like being in a big city, even during the pandemic, you still got to deal with competition. So it's like,
I mean, it's just the thrift stores and all that. They were packed all through. I didn't see a slowdown of people going there. The biggest thing that I've seen with the thrift stores up here is just consistency. You have to go to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, I've talked to a few people that, they go to a thrift store one day a week. You're not going to find this, one day a week, that hour that you're there. You got to try to go a couple times a week if you can. Sometimes you have to spend an hour there if you want to, look through everything. But there is tons of competition here in Philly.
Oh, Tim.
Oh man. Yeah.
The cleanest water at Coney Island is the hot dog water. Just saying.
Big Thrift Philly says people live in that South Philly Goodwill.
Dang.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's down by his area. I go down there every now and then.
Is it a bin store or is it just a straight Goodwill?
It's just a regular Goodwill. We don't have any bins in Philadelphia. The outlet stores, we got it. There's one in Jersey that's not too far, and then one in it's right outside the city, but it's like 45 minutes away, Montgomeryville. And I've never done real good there at any of the.
Hey, Wally says, do they have any of that curbside? You ever done any of that curbside pickup up there in Philly? Do people put stuff out beside the street?
I've picked up a few things, trash picking, if that's what he's talking about.
A little taco stacks action.
Taco stacks, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't find the stuff that he finds. I mean, that guy finds gold.
I tell you what, man, people have been. I live like you can drive down my road to get to a recycling, like one of those where they pay you, the metal recycling. So you drive down at the end of my road to the left is where that place is at. So man, I've been seeing like trailer loads of washer, dryer, appliance, like all that stuff every day. Because out here, I don't know if people thought that there was a big trash pickup going down, but there's stuff everywhere on the road. I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. Dan says he tunes into y'all's live for Dan's fear count and the Philly hate crime update. Says
yeah, that's those two things are always brought up at some point.
Yeah, it's
on
funny.
our live.
I listen to you guys a lot of the time on your live. Like we were talking about earlier, I don't always comment because I'm trying to get work done.
Yeah, I enjoy Mike and Dan. I enjoy hanging out with them. We usually go on for like 2 hours, and it's always a good time. Those two guys are really good.
Yeah, it's fun when you have plus like all you guys are just a little different. So everybody brings something a little different to the table.
Yeah,
so, always fun. Let's look and see if I missed anything in the chat. So how long you guys been doing that show now?
I think we started like maybe September, October of last year. Yeah.
I'm glad you guys did. I remember you guys were like talking about it. Dan was like, dude, I might do something with Joe, and Mike from January House. I'm like, dude, do it, man.
Yeah.
I think he was still like, kind of polishing up his like YouTube muscles.
Yeah, I think me and Dan both were. I get nervous about going on live too. Not as bad as Dan, but I do get nervous coming on.
And nervous getting out of bed in the morning, man.
And Mike's like a natural. I mean, he's good in front of the camera, and he does all those live auction shows a couple times a week. So,
well, he's been doing auctions for a while. It's weird. Me and Mike we hooked up with one day. I just found Instagram Live, and so I was out yard selling. I hit Instagram Live. I was like, "You guys want to go yard selling?" And like, I was going out to this place, and Mike's one of the guys who popped on there and was watching. And he's like, hey, what'd you find? And then it fell off, and then like we ended up like talking a little bit after that. I went on a couple of his auction shows, but he was just getting into YouTube. And we talked a little bit back then because the same thing. He was kind of asking like how we got together, like me and Sam. Back then it was Jacob as well, but and we're like, man, we all just kind of like, hey, you want to do this? Okay, yeah, let's do it. So,
it's kind of like how it started with us. Me and Dan started YouTube around the same time, and we would talk every now and then we talked about doing this, and we were both talking with Mike, and then we all figured out that we were all talking to each other at I was talking to Mike, Dan was talking to Mike, and then we finally put it together and said, let's try to do a show, and it's been great. I really enjoy it. We get good feedback from it. Everybody seems to like coming out and hanging out. For, like I said, it's just at 2 hours on a Wednesday. We don't get much work done, and I'm okay with it. I don't talk to too many people about reselling in my real life, so it's good to talk to those guys every week. I kind of look forward to it, even though we talk all week. It's good to see them on the screen and talk to them then.
Cernock's in the house, man. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the same thing. Like when we first started this, of course, me and Sam, when we were talking about this in the beginning, like we want to bring some value to the community, like give some information, try to pick people's brain about maybe things they do differently, or maybe things that they're selling differently, or try to bring some value in that regard. But I think there's something to be said about having a place to go where people can talk about stuff that nobody else will talk to them about, which is reselling. Hey, I found this at the yard sale today. People were like, wait, you went to a yard sale for what? Like, why are you going to thrift stores? Why is that? One of those things.
It's kind of like how it is here. I mean, I talked to my wife about it, and she just looks at me and says, make sure it's not in the living room. Bring it downstairs to the basement,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hey, Sean, good to see you, man.
Sean.
What's up, Sean?
Tracy had asked about a Macari question. Did Macari just give us 80 characters for a title today, or I'm not paying attention yesterday? Huh. Who knew?
I don't know. I don't do much with Macari. I have some things listed, not that many sales.
Me neither. I think it's like everything. I don't mess with it enough to get it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Did they? I don't know.
I see. So what other platforms do you sell on? Do you mess with anything else?
Mainly just eBay. But within the last couple of days, I've been listing a little bit more on Facebook Marketplace. Art Vandalay does great on last few weeks. I'd say maybe the last month he's been selling really good on Facebook Marketplace. He does deal with a lot of crazy buyers with crazy questions and stuff like that, but I mean he sells pretty good on there, so he kind of talked me into doing that. So I'd say the last 3 or 4 days I've listed about 10 or 12 items on Facebook Marketplace, and today I got about 3 crazy questions about a Wii game that I was selling. They want to know how long I had it, if I'm able to count, am I able to count the scratches on the back, like
count.
Yeah, and how deep are they? Are they deep, or can you run your finger over? I just stopped answering at that point. Yeah. It was going to be a headache buyer anyway. So,
right.
Oh gosh,
dude, I've been getting bombarded today. I listed a dual cassette recorder, and it's honestly one of my cheaper electronics, like 22 plus like 14 shipping. And I bet I've had 10 questions. Hey, have you tested this? Nah, I just put it up. Like, I mean, hey, have you tested it with a cassette? Have you put a cassette in both sides? Hey, can you rewind? Hey, can you? It's like,
does this say working on your listing?
Yes. Tested, working.
People don't read descriptions.
That's like I was like, that's the cheapest one I've got too. Like I'm almost ready to just take it down, just so that
I don't know if you guys might be able to answer. We can ask the chat too. I feel like I have the most problems with my cheapest items. Does anybody else?
Yes,
exactly.
I don't understand it. I mean, I sweat the bigger things that I sell. Like if I sell something for $100 or $200, I'm like, I'm sweating it and making sure that it gets there and everything else like that. And I'll get a good feedback. Like I check every day to make sure I don't get any of those messages. But the cheaper items are like the biggest headaches, the most questions, and the most returns on the lower dollar items. I don't understand it,
dude. It's like if you ever go to the casino and you play at like the lower value tables, it's like people who can't afford it, like they are weird about their money. I think it's a psychological thing, man.
It is strange, man. Like, well, I did get a return this weekend. Dude's had a Wii that I shipped out. Like, he's had it about 3 weeks. He sends me a thing. Basically, good item, just don't like it. And he's like, changed my mind is the reason he's sending it back. I'm like, I guess I'm a Wii rental system now.
What's up, Gamefly?
We console. I only need it for a couple weekends, but yeah, it is. Sometimes you look at that stuff. I'm like, I've got all kinds of stuff back that I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is like I think half the time though on the cheaper items, they're hoping you're just refund it.
But I've had a couple of those weird questions like last year, one on like a set of sheets and one on like a camera. People, like one person was like, is it new in in the package? And literally like that's the title. Like brand new in box. Like, okay. She's like, yeah. And then she bought it the other day. This was like almost a year after she had asked the question. I was like, what the heck? All right, whatever. I'm not going to ask any questions. Glad to get rid of it.
I get wore out, man, like answering questions where like, dude, you're not going to buy it. Like, you've asked me 3 questions. You're not going to buy it. Like, I've given you the correct answer every time.
I feel like sometimes that's like a blessing in disguise that they don't buy it because they're like the headache buyers, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm okay with them not buying it also. But whenever I do have a problem, like I don't care what it is. I don't give a partial. I learned this from Mike, the January house, and he's real strict about it. Just if you have a problem with it, send it back. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give you, the play games with you and give a partial refund and this and that.
Right.
If you find a problem with it, just send it back. But it always is on those.
Well, that does eliminate a lot of your returns because a lot of people ain't gonna send it back.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. After you send that message, a lot of times you don't hear back from them, and I just send it out. If you're not 100% happy with it, I have a return policy. I have returns on my account. You can send it back.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't hear after that.
Yeah, I had somebody the other day question something too that it was new in pack, and they're like, "It looks a little different than the last one I bought." I was like, "I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Like, it's sealed. Like, what am I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't open it up before I sent it to you.
Usually, when I defer them to like Macari customer service, takes care of the problem. They can't because Macari customer service is like non-existent.
The funniest one I've had recently, though, the guy the other day messaged me, "Hey, I've been out of town for a couple weeks. This item showed it was delivered to my mailbox, but it's not in there." I'm like, "What do you mean to do? I'm not your mailman." I don't know.
Not your mailman, dude.
I don't know what to tell you. That's what I sent him the thing. I was like, write down the tracking number, take it to your post office, see what they did. So then he opened up a case against me right after I sent him a couple comments. And then I uploaded my tracking number and eBay closed the case. like delivered. Sorry. I'm waiting for the credit card one to hit next.
Yeah. The latest problem most recent problem I had is with the sneaker, with eBay authenticating the sneakers, and it was just it was a pair of New Balance that I sold, and I sold it on March 18th. It arrived in New York City where they authenticate them on the 21st. It wasn't shipped back out to the customer until he didn't get it until the 12th.
Of the fun next month?
Yeah, the following month.
Almost like 2-3 weeks later.
3 weeks, yeah. And he literally every other day contacted me, He contacted eBay. It was right when they opened up. You know, they were only doing the Jordans and they were doing the Yeezys from Adidas, and then they opened it up to different brands and stuff like that. Like I said, it was a New Balance, a pair of New Balance, and I thought I was going to have a problem with that, or he wanted to cancel the order and stuff like that. Luckily, he didn't, but
Yeah,
I know they did change some things recently about that, but that was my most recent problem with eBay.
Hey, Wally, the overcoming returning funds but not getting item back, they have to send if they file a return and you send them, to return it, they have so many days to get it back, and then if not, they close the case. If it comes back, then you do have a couple of days to return their money or refund their money if it comes back to you, unless it's like if it's new in the pack and they open it, then you can only do a partial. eBay will cover the rest. But if it's intact, like you sent it, then you got to take care of it, or they'll take care of it for you, essentially, by taking it out of your account. Hey, Justin, good to see you. Yard Sale and Dreams. Danielle says, please make sure everybody has two-step verification on your eBay settings. Her cousin Frankie got hacked. And sorry to hear that about your cousin.
yeah,
Yeah, man, definitely lift that dude up.
I got to check that. I don't think I do.
yeah. I mean, I had somebody hack into my account and just drop $2,000 on golf clubs. I was like, I don't even golf. PayPal took care of it real quick, but yeah, man, you definitely do not. I mean, like, and even two-step verification, that's just like another hurdle for if they know what they're doing. It's like not going to slow them down. But
well, I had something happen. It was a credit card that I had that I only use. I don't use it for anything else but pirate ship. Nothing. And I got when did we get? We went to Disney in January of 2020. So like 6 months before that, I signed up for this, I don't know, Capital One Disney card, something along the lines of that. They gave us, free points and a gift certificate and stuff like that. And we had 6 months to pay it off or whatever. So that's what I used it for. I never used a credit card again at all for anything. I signed up for pirate ship for the last 2 years. It's been used on pirate ship only. A few weeks ago, I was at my son's basketball game, and I get a text message, which I thought was like one of those scams where, it says, did you make this purchase? Click on this link or whatever. But it was from Capital One.
yeah.
So I showed my wife, I said, you think this is a scam or should I call the number on it? So I did click on the text message, and it said call the number on the back of the card. So I called, and it was the fraud department. And somewhere in a Victoria's Secret inside the mall in Ohio, my card was being used. The actual physical, it wasn't an online purchase. It was a card. And the only time that I've used it in the last 2 years is on pirate ship.
That's weird, man.
Yep.
Gotta watch out for those pirates.
Off of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was actually being used in a physical store in Ohio.
That's wild.
For like,
I've seen people where they can recreate it and just like skim your card and stuff like that, and just like basically have another copy of your card. That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. But that's the only time I really had any problem with credit cards or PayPal or anything else like that. Was that only time.
So you watch Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
When they make that statement, pirates. That's what I was thinking when you said only use it on pirate ship. Pirates.
That's true.
Hey, man, it's happened to us at Target.
I know.
Yeah,
we have Wawa. Well, like Wawa, Wawa.
Yeah.
So they hacked a ton of cards at Wawa's, like gas station galores.
You have Wawa's down there?
Yeah, Virginia. Like,
they're all the way down to Florida, man.
Yeah. Well, they skip certain places, and like my in-laws, they live in a small. It's Charlotte, North Carolina. It's down off of like by Holden Beach.
Yeah.
It's they don't have them there. They don't have them anywhere remotely in there. It's like when we come down 95, because my in-laws used to live up here, and they miss Wawa, so we stopped somewhere in Virginia just to grab a couple sandwiches on the way down.
It's funny here, so where I live, the closest city to us is like Norfolk area, Chesapeake, Hampton Roads, they call it. But so when you first cross into Virginia, like the first little going into like that city, there's a Wawa there, and like it bypasses the toll to go to Wawa. So like literally like everybody that lives down here, you can go into Wawa at any given point and meet somebody from down on the Outer Banks, because like everybody stops at Wawa coming through. And then we have a lot of people that used to live in Philadelphia, so they're always talking Wawa pretzels. They're like, man, we miss the pretzels. We're rolling through. Hey, grab some pretzels. Emily, good to see you. Nana Tink, good to see you guys. Thank you.
Hey, Nana.
But yeah, it's funny. Carter P, good to see you, bro.
What's up, Carter?
Yeah, but it was like a running thing. Plus, they have a lot cheaper gas than North Carolina. Our taxes are higher on gas. So, one of those things.
We usually stop on the way down, like in Richmond, a little bit past Richmond on the way down. There's a Wawa that we always stop at. For whatever reason, I think it's the last one that we pass. And
it seems so strange to hear you say Wawa.
I lived across the street from Wawa when I lived in Jersey. It was a life-changing experience.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
We have Sheets. Like North Carolina has Sheets. Do you know Sheets?
Philly? I mean, well, Pennsylvania has
Sheets, not in Philly.
Yeah.
We just got our first what is it? Royal Farms. Inside Philadelphia. We got that maybe last year or 2 years ago.
What I like going up to Pennsylvania is Turkey Hill.
Yeah, we don't have any in the city.
Nope. Like they have the Turkey Hill ice cream, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Jarhead Entrepreneur, man, good to see you. He said Wawa's got nothing on Buc-ee's. Wawa's Southwest Virginia. City Figure, good to see you. Nantink says she's surrounded by sheets. Yeah. It's good stuff, man, for sure. So what are some have you found anything really strange that you've resold?
Strange?
Yeah. That you're like, there's no way this would sell.
I'm still always shocked with the vintage underwear. I find packs of Fruit of the Loom underwear from like 1998 or 97. I don't know. I guess people like what they like, and they pay up for it. That always surprises me.
So did you learn that from Matt, like the rest of us?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
did you hear it down the grapevine?
Yeah, I gotta say, mostly everything that I know about reselling, I've learned from people on YouTube. Things to pick up. That's why I enjoy making like the what sold videos, because that's pretty much where I've learned everything about what to pick up and things like that. And the vintage underwear and the old lawn chairs that like Commonwealth picker sells and stuff like that. I would never have thought of anything to even remotely look at any of that stuff. Old pencils, Mike sells. And
what's that brand, Eric?
What?
What's that brand? Old pencils.
Oh man, come on now. Tican Durango.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But I think the underwear is what really.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah. I guess they're made different, or because people buy them like certain years. They won't buy other years, but And it's so easy to spot on the back of the pack. It says the date on there when they were made.
And you think that things would be dry rot, right? Like, at some point.
Just like the fact that people like talk about it like wine. Like I prefer the 98 Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
Tidy whities. Like
Circa.
the cotton back then is just not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Larry said, a lounge chair he sold yesterday for $70.
Bonkers.
It's crazy. Hey, I sold one of those rocking lawn chairs like Kevin showed, like the the aluminum ones, but I got a return on it. The pictures they sent me there were a little suspect.
Oh.
I think there might be some big ones like myself that were sitting in it.
Oh.
Because like the box was in good shape. But the bin was on like if you'd have leaned back in that thing and put some weight on it. Yeah, that's what it looked like. I was like, I filed that FedEx claim. Yeah, we'll see. I sent them the pictures. But I was like, man, I said, I didn't dare sit in it. It was one of them that I looked at and said, that's not made for the big boys. Like, that's kind of one of them more petite things.
Another thing is the Mentadent toothpaste.
Oh yeah.
That shocked me.
Who was it that was on the Mentadent there for a while? Way back in the day, they used to talk about it.
I've heard a couple people talk about it. I know Rev Resell talked about it, and a couple.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, toothpaste. You're paying $50 for toothpaste. Like you said, I guess people like what they like.
I don't know, man. I don't know. John said he sold a can of shaving cream yesterday for $35.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Come on now. Like that's I just gave up on the shaving cream, man. Forget that.
There's like somebody out there recreating the 80s and 90s. Like that's like they're just suspended in that time.
It makes you wonder, right? Like you think it's like movie set? Like I mean, obviously not for underwear. I would think not. But you think people are like buying stuff just for the whatever?
I mean, I've seen like one of those TLC shows where it's like My Crazy Obsession, and I've seen like there was one chick. Her mission was just to live in the 1950s, to dress that way, to decorate her home that way, to use products that way. And she was one of those that would buy, I feel like, vintage underwear from like the 50s or the nylons that Nana. That's probably who bought them, Nana, was that lady from that TLC show.
That's crazy, man.
Well, is there that many people out there that, you know what I mean? You would think that because it sells and it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, is there that many people out there that want to recreate that? Dude,
I sold some old socks yesterday. Like now they're clean. They're not like I ain't taking pictures of my feet or anything for anybody.
Do you pay extra for the hole in it? Like
I'm not doing any of that stuff. But like I've had these old baseball socks. They were out of that sporting goods buy. Yeah. And when I looked them up, I was like, dude, a pack of those things sell for like $100 some. So I sold 2 pair for like $25. Like some old socks, dude.
I think January House sold something recently. I'm trying to think what it is that I forget what it was, but it went to like a movie set. It went to a company that Stranger Things or something, maybe. I could be totally off with that, but it was a vintage something and he tracked the address down to, it was like a studio. And trying to think what it is. Maybe Dan remembers if he's still in here. Mike was talking about it.
It's crazy, man. Matt, part-time picker, they said just sold a lot of legs to Saturday Night Live. The pantyhose eggs.
Did he? For that
crazy.
whole skit? I saw that skit too.
That's pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's the other thing. Movies. They'll like the movie, like they'll buy crazy stuff. Like
That's what it
Everything-
was.
Danielle had some World War II boots. She just sent an offer for $550 on. Good luck with that, Danielle.
John Raver's in here. That's Mike's buddy that he does his auction with on Sundays. And it was a Papa John's pizza bag.
Oh, I got you.
That's what he sold.
Lauren checking in on you.
Yeah. Hi, Lauren.
It's all right. I saw Christina in here earlier. She was.
Yeah, she's like taming Ezra right now. He wants to be loud too. Dude, like, how did Matt know? I didn't see his video. Did like Lauren Michaels be like, "Thank you so much for contributing to the Saturday Night Live skit"?
I know as well. Danny, I said, what goes on with those dirty sock sales? Is that real or like a drug deal? I don't know. I think people have fetish stuff.
It's just like the jock straps and all that people look for.
That's weird, dude.
Yeah.
I used to coach football, man. I could have been making money. Well, yeah. I won't dive too deep into that. Half them kids don't even know what them things are for.
Yeah.
I started coaching football in high school. They're like,
What's a jock strap?
what's this, man?
Wear it on your head.
Yeah. Be careful with national brand stuff. Uber will have your account shut down. I don't know. Uber. Did I miss something?
Is that like the Vero stuff?
Yeah, I don't know what that
Maybe,
is.
I don't know.
Virginia Brendage, good to see you.
Yes, Virginia, that was me. I did meet T and Donna at Mr. Buys a Lot. Yeah.
Junk trader. Yeah, I don't know about that stuff, man. While he says jock straps are the old school COVID masks. Oh, buddy. You might catch something worse. Maybe Tommy was about to call for an Uber and got confused. Oh, man. Cajun, good to see you, man.
What's up, Cajun? How are you?
Danielle sold a white flip clock for $300 just because it was in Groundhog's Day.
Dude. What?
Yeah. I just sold not long ago one of the Tasmanian Devil coffee mug that was in the Christmas Vacation movie. Yeah, I think I sold it for $100, and it's so quick. It's so quick.
Dude, that's something to think about, huh? Like maybe we need to start going like cult classic movies. Like look for.
Groundhog Day was filmed in this town. I need to go search for some stuff.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Joe Deal should have probably found it all.
He took it out of Tennessee. The liver stuff is a safety problem.
I think he was talking about the Papa John's pizza bag.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess UPS uniforms and postal uniforms and stuff like that. I had a postal hat, just a regular baseball hat that was taken down off of eBay. That was actually the first item that I sold on Macari because eBay took it down. So I listed it on Macari and it sold.
Snap.
Yeah, I've had a few things taken down, but I've never got a Vera, knock on wood.
Never sold anything with Velcro on it, so never had to worry.
It's weird. Yeah, he's saying it, Uber's like if you're selling stuff that has Uber on it, like signage and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess they shut it down. They don't want people faking being Uber driver. Man, I found out today from a friend of mine. So today I sold that program that I had on my show Tuesday. Super Bowl III program.
Oh, wow.
$200. So one of my buddies, he's like, man, is that stuff worth something? I was like, well, that was worth $200. He's like, dude, I just cleaned out a house a while back and threw away a whole box of old memorabilia.
I hate to hear those stories.
I was like, oh gosh, I can't stand that stuff. He was saying the same thing. He's like, oh. I was like, next time if you see something, just call me before you throw anything out.
Ugh.
He does like remodeling and stuff. So. Oh, Joey's giving you the scoop. You can find Dick Tracy stuff as well in Woodstock. Go into a community for war stuff. Got some war undergarments. I'm trying to get an idea of time period, exactly what it is. See, old underwear, man.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy what sells. I'm still shocked at some of the things that people actually look for. You know,
Yeah. I think when like I first got into reselling and I was like following some of the like picking up some of the stuff that I would see like from YouTube videos, my wife would be like, "What the heck are you picking up?" She's like, "I would never buy that." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not buying it for you. I'm buying it for the other people that would want to buy it." Like, people want to buy it.
like the old razors and all that, like Gillette razors.
Yeah.
I know. I start hearing Froggy Flip song in my ears. Popping diapers.
Dude, I was at the thrift store like 2 weeks ago and I saw a whole bunch of like vintage lady products and I almost scooped them up. I was like, no, I can't. I don't got room for this right now. I almost did though. I was in one of those thrift stores where you can't like the internet doesn't work. The further back you go towards the store, so I couldn't look them up. But I was like, I'm not fooling with this right now.
That's funny.
These are a couple of things that I have that I'm gonna list that I came across at a flea market. This Aquanet, you remember that?
Hey,
oh yeah,
I got some over here. Purple,
red.
Yep.
It's a travel can. It's only 2 ounces.
Yeah, those nice.
My dad was the best investor in it because I used to draw on the walls.
And then an old razor in there.
What the?
Oh
heck?
man.
Does it come with a tetanus shot?
Oh, man, it's like sealed. You gotta. It's like opening up a pack of biscuits. You gotta like.
Yeah. But like, man? I wish I would know who would like buy something like that and try it and see what happens.
Oh,
there you go. Tim said, "Save the Aquanet for hat camp." If you haven't seen the infomercial,
I think they're doing something about hats over there at hat camp.
Yeah, Tim had about a 20-minute infomercial at the end of one of our listing lives. Hat camp coming soon. Tommy says, "Can you test it out, Joe?"
Which one? The Aquanet or the razor?
I'm sure he wants a razor.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I've got the Aquanet extra hold I was saving for hat camp.
This is professional hairspray.
Oh, there you go.
2.5 ounces. This is probably one use on a hat.
Yeah, I tell you one thing. It's probably one use on them girls' hairs I went to high school with. Because I was back in the era of
big hair.
Rooster comb going on. Yep. Mullets and high hair. That's what was going down.
Both are coming back, man.
I know, man. I see it sometimes now on some young dudes. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
I'm rocking one right now.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Dude, always. I'm like, whatever. Pandemic hair. I'm telling you, it's coming back.
Junk Trader says, I killed some ozone with my hair. Had its own zip code. Yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny. So are your kids, are they into your reselling stuff at all?
Yeah, they're into it. All right. They take my inventory.
I was like into it, like they help you or they just use your stuff?
Yeah, no, they usually they help me pack and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They like doing that. But usually when they come down the pack, they find something that they want. You know, I found that the pair of Crocs at Bad Bunny Crocs, but they glow in the dark or whatever. My son had them now. That was like $200 Crocs. So,
hey Leroy, thanks for the super chat, buddy.
Leroy,
hey Leroy, how are you?
Jeremy and George, good to see you as well. Thanks for coming by. Jen's Closet. Thanks for being here. Your inventory is too cool, Joe. How could they not take it? That's what Jen says.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna switch to selling like ephemerate vintage underwear, and then
they
we'll
don't want none of
any of that. Socks, lots of socks.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird,
dude. So is there like, speaking of socks, is there just like a category you will not go into?
Me?
Yeah. I say that because I joke I don't like clothes at all, but I'm picking clothes all the time like an idiot.
I don't like clothes either.
Yeah.
I don't like taking pictures of them. But I went to an estate sale today, and up in the attic, there was. I'm gonna make a video on it, but up in the attic there was bins of clothes that I went through, and I ended up leaving there with about 35 T-shirts, which I hate listing.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm back in the clothes, and that I don't know.
Just when you think you got out, they rope you back in.
That's also the problem. I'll get out of it. I'll say I'm not selling clothes anymore or whatever, and then next thing you know, I'll sell, $100 sweatshirt or
never say no.
A $60 pair of jeans or something. And it's so easy. I mean, it's always available. It's always in the thrift stores. It's always so that's what sucks me back in at that. But today I bought 35 shirts and probably 5 sweatshirts. So I'm into 40 pieces of clothing that I got to get listed in the next couple of weeks, Yo,
I'm not picking up unless I see like a vintage concert tee. That's it.
So I got actually look at this one right here.
I'm not picking up Jack. I don't care if it's new with tags.
Ooh.
Darth Maul.
New with the tags.
That's so dope.
All
right, I might settle for that. But then I would want to keep that, man.
It won't fit me. It's a large, so I'm thankful that it won't fit me.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
But yeah, that's just one of 30 something shirts that I got. So,
dude, I'll tell you what I'm bad about. I'm bad about this show, to be honest, because we'll have somebody on that'll get real excited about something. Dude, our show's on Friday night, so Saturday, yard sales for me, like I'm out, sourcing. So it's always fresh in my brain. So we'll have somebody on that's really into something. And I'm out there looking. I'm like, man, just because it's something new for me, I've learned a little bit about it. They're excited about it. I get excited about it. I will say this, Robert, I don't know if he's here or not here or whatever, but was talking about plush and all that crazy plush that he sells. So I actually sold a Shrek donkey yesterday. I bought some plush Cajun. I sold the plush. Not a massive profit, but I picked it up for $1, sold it for 20.
I mean, that's a pretty good.
And
profit.
I followed Robert's advice because I was like, "What do you do with it?" He said, "I stick it all in a poly bag." I was like, "Poly bag, she's gone." So
Easy
I was like
peasy.
one of those things. But because I list with Cernock and Tim, who get geeked up on all that vintage, man. Oh man, I can't. Every time I go out, I see that stuff, and I'm like, I gotta buy it. I gotta buy it. Now, listing is the other problem.
Yeah.
So JDL says, "So what is Eric having a bolo to for tomorrow?" So what should I be looking for tomorrow, Joe?
Old
What
underwear.
gets you excited?
Old underwear. If I could buy vintage underwear in the pack for the rest of my life, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? That's easy to list. It's easy to store. It's easy to ship. You don't have to worry about boxes, and you don't have to worry about anything else. It's new in the package. I would sell that forever because the demand is always going to be there.
Yo,
Yeah.
just pull a redneck resale, hang your head out the window. Hey, yo, you got some vintage new in the package underwear in your house that you're trying to get rid of? I'm your man.
Hey, I do ask at estate sales. Like I've told my guys, I say, look, man, if you see new in the pack, I don't care what it is. Like, let me know.
What are the looks, yo? I want.
Yeah.
Give me all the old
hit me up with a fruity balloon, bro. Like that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm here for. I want some grapes and apples.
Hey.
You remember the old Fruity Balloon commercials? The dude's dressed up like a grape and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of grapes. Yeah, it's funny.
I'm like pretending you're like, in a trench coat whispering. You're like, hey,
yeah,
psst, what's the goods on the vintage underwear?
Yeah. What do you got? You got that Fruity Balloon. You got that Hanes. Like what? Hanes with a hanging tag. That's what we want.
Now that makes
I
me
do
wonder.
look for that stuff. I've yet to find it. I mean, I found old socks. I found pajamas in the pack, old.
Yeah,
but
so
I
never
ain't found no drawers yet. I ain't found no drawers. Hey,
oh,
no
yeah.
socks for me.
I sold Arnold. He's been sitting on my shelf for a long time.
Wow, he gone.
He gone.
See, that's what I'm wondering, Greg. Like, if the hype for old, like, will the fan base for the vintage underwear die off? And does that mean, like, I don't know, 2000s silky draws are like they're in? They're like silky boxers.
Them jockeys like Rev was selling.
Oh,
hey,
memories.
Tim asked, is one old undies better than another?
Not that I know of. I don't try. I don't test them out.
Which one's
anything
the
from the
most
90s? Anything from the 90s? I don't know, but I don't know what age group's buying them. You know what I mean? What's so who knows if they're
90s? I mean, that'd be like, yeah. I really, man, I kind of get in this mentality of thinking that like most people that are shopping eBay are like 40 to 60. Like that's kind of what I think about. But then like I know younger kids buy on eBay now too, because I think when they started doing those shoe commercials, I think it did draw some people in. But I always think 40 to 60. Like that's kind of what I think. But maybe it's more, maybe it's less.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I don't think them things will be right anymore.
Used. like new condition.
Son.
Gently used. Comes from a smoke-free, pet-free home.
Yeah.
if that helps.
Maybe it's Maybelline. It is funny, man. Like when you tell people that and the diaper thing, like them cartoon diaper sell for as much as they are, like what is going on? Dude, you find them Barney diapers, man. You're sitting on some gold.
I've never seen any of them, any of the old diapers or anything like that.
I found one pack, but it was like it didn't have cartoons on it. In mine, the one I found was already like half of it was gone, and it weren't. I looked it up. I was like, I'm not messing with that.
I like to if it wasn't creepy, follow the package to its destination, meet the person that got the old underwear.
Set your drone out, fly over their house. This is the guy.
Nothing weird about this at all. Nope.
This guy. I actually had a drone go over my house today. I just looked up and waved. Hey.
We had people throwing all over by us. They had drones flying by, like cops flying drones, and people throwing beer cans at them.
Oh, man.
Because they're getting mad.
Jen said, met a 65-year-old man today who said he's been searching eBay for baseball cards, but isn't fast enough on the auctions to ever win. Wow. Marie said, okay, that's creepy, Sam.
I prefaced it by saying it was creepy.
Hey, let me ask you this on an honest note. Have you ever looked up somebody's address, like Google Map?
Google Earth, dude.
Yeah. Like seeing the front gate kind of thing. Like who bought this?
It's disappointing when the street didn't exist yet,
Yeah. Hey,
I have.
Said, yes, I have.
Yep. I have.
Yeah.
Dude, the best is when you catch them something actually happening. I looked up somebody's address once and I caught a guy he was in the middle falling down his steps. As they were taking the picture. And as you're going forward, he's falling with the the movement of the camera. I don't know. I was like, why would you upload that? Send the guy back. That was a good one.
Dancer he has when they start crap with him.
I've looked up a few. I sold 3 butter knives that were I don't know, $150 for 3 butter knives. I forget what brand they were, but I wanted to know who bought them. And it was somebody in Hawaii bought it, and the house was beautiful. I mean, it was probably a couple $1 million house. It was.
And their house just wasn't complete without these butter knives.
Yep, 3 butter knives that somebody probably stole from them, so they needed to complete their set back.
Someone just keeps stealing our damn butter knives.
That's the only thing, because mine wasn't a set. I mean, 3 random butter knives.
Yeah. Son of a gun, we got to stop inviting the Smiths over. They keep stealing our butter knives.
Wally said I should look up the address of the person that broke the metal rocker and see if they're standing outside.
Just a big and waving.
Huge. Tim says that he has a guy at the flea market who wears a shirt that says I buy baseball cards. You think it'd be weird to make a shirt that says I buy underwear?
That is perfect marketing real estate,
Yeah, I don't know what kind of reaction I get if I walked around with the underwear shirt. Hey. I buy underwear.
I buy vintage underwear.
Might not get the same reaction,
Just you can make it funny by going overboard. Add more text, on the back, preferably new in package and stuff. Just elaborate on it.
Yeah,
unused.
Wait, read the back before you punch me. Read the back.
I can just see people at the farm market with their kids
just we're gonna be walking this way, son.
Yeah, that would be YouTube gold.
I walked around the flea market for the day asking for vintage underwear.
Yeah. It's funny.
That is a pretty good idea, though, with the baseball cards.
Yeah. Yeah, Panini. I buy Panini basketball. You and 9 million other people.
Yeah.
Dude, I found out some disappointing news on the card front in my area. So apparently 2 guys cussed out our card rep at the Walmart. So now our Walmart will no longer be stocking sports cards. She's taking them to another Walmart.
Ugh, that's why
that happened at a Target up by here maybe about a month ago. There was a huge fight. 4 people ended up getting arrested. Some cops got hurt. So for 2 or 3 weeks after that, they stopped bringing cards there. But now it's 8 a.m. on Friday mornings. They sell it, so you have to get in line. I actually went today, but I didn't get there until about 7:45, and people were out there since 9 p.m. the night before.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Camping.
Yeah. I was able to get some football, but I wanted some basketball, but I was happy with that. And they're limited three items per transaction. And that's it.
On our Walmart, it was one pack of each individual, whatever. Like, so if it's a Panini, you can only get 1 pack per family, is what it says.
Per family.
Per family.
Hey.
Well, yeah. Apparently, that's what sparked the fight.
Yeah.
4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, is a guy was waiting in line and then brought his wife and 3 kids with him, and that's what started the argument after they opened up the doors. You know, he brought 4 more people in with him. So it just pushes everybody back in line. Yeah. So
at our place, I guess it was similar, but what happened is the guy said, heck with your sign, and just loaded his cart. 2 guys did. And then she was there, and she said it's a limited thing. And basically they cussed her out. So she's like, fine, I'll take these cards up the road. So,
Good job, guys.
Drama. Can't we all just get along?
Absolutely not. It'd be too boring, apparently.
Yeah, the comic guy I took the shot that those comics too. He has it's crazy because he was talking about like Pokemon and stuff too. Like he's tried to get the sports cards at his shop. He actually contacted because like all the distributors are who get all the Panini stuff now. So that MJ Holdings that does all the Walmarts and Targets and all those, he was trying to get those guys to actually put cards in his shop. He's like, look, there's only one Walmart here. Like this person's driving all the way down here for this one Walmart. Like they're driving at least an hour and a half one way to stock this one Walmart. He's like, I'd be happy to put them in here, and you could just stock me when you stock Walmart. And obviously he'd buy, but they're like, nah, we're not doing that.
Really?
But he has a contract with Pokemon too, and he said that so Pokemon's been so limited as well. He said that he had was supposed to get 12 cases of some box that came out recently. He said he got 4 boxes, like 4 individual packs. That's all he got. I was like, that's insane.
Dang. Yeah, last week at Target, there were the entire order. They only got 2 boxes of basketball Prism, and that was 2 blaster boxes out of the whole.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were disappointed there.
I think all along the supply chain, though, there's people dipping in. You know, that's my personal opinion. Full disclosure, I don't have any connection or have done investigation, but that's my theory. Is that all along the supply chain, somebody's getting paid. Somebody's getting these cards.
Jen, I like to open up some packs, but I do resell too. But mostly basketball I open up. I got football today. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So
That's like, I went to Walmart the other day. The Walmart, so now that I'm in the country, it's like a little less competition, and I've actually seen cards now, but it's like Don Russ, man. But like this guy was like, he was all over it. He was like looking and stuff, He's like searching, and he's like, he checked out so quickly, ran to his truck. He's like peeking at him. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if those are the right ones.
Tim, I grabbed Leaf draft picks.
Yeah, I got some of those recently. Yeah. They're not. I mean, they're okay. They're not Prism by any means, but
but they were the only 2 boxes that they had left when.
I will scoop up anything.
I was 15 in line. So.
Yeah. Because it says that open everything I get. Oh man. Man, we it's crazy. So like the next town up for me, I've actually been like they've been a little stronger on the yard sale market recently. Like there's more community sales and stuff happening up there. So it's about an hour and a half for me to get there. And so I've been going up there. So what I'm doing on Saturdays, that's when they restock their cards Saturday mornings early. I've been going up there trying to catch them. That's where I got those Leaf. So there's a couple, the past 2 Saturdays I've been there. They're there, like, and I get there like 30 minutes early before the store opens. They're there. The first week I didn't know what was going on. I thought they were just shopping, like, because they're talking about their grocery list. Like they're standing in front of me, they're talking about the grocery list. I was like, sweet, man, I may actually get some cards today. Dude, when those doors opened, old girl was in a full sprint, man, pushing her buggy to the thing. She got up there and raked the shelf in her cart. Like all the basketball was gone. It was just NBA hoops, so it weren't like the Prism. Yeah. But I was like, man, so like I went to the Pokemon section. I started grabbing some stuff. This past week I get there. I'm looking and she's walking a little slower. Well, I see this young dude. I mean, running in a look like he's at the track meet. I'm like from the other door. I'm like, what is going on? And the one guy that's behind him, he said, "Oh, that's our son."
My gosh!
I was like, dude, these guys.
He's got a runner.
Yeah, they're out here sprinting.
Dang.
I said, I don't think I'm gonna beat them in a foot race, but I might could like put the hype on a couple of them.
You just like throw a stick in front of them.
The 3 of them, I think I've got them in combined weight and height. Like I must break you.
Man, I'm stoked for garage sales pop up. At least in this town, they'll tell you where every one of them are. But like since Danielle was on the show last week, I'm like, I've seen all these signs popping up because it's been warmer. We've got like 2 weeks of just like really nice weather, so people are cleaning up and clearing stuff out.
Man,
there's a few. Yeah. There's a few by me tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get out and hit a couple of them.
I went to one today, state sale.
Yeah,
but it was not my guy's estate sale. It was somebody different. But it was family ran, so good prices.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you what I missed out on today. Jimmy, I don't know if you're still here. No, you're not, because your show's on. Man, vintage toys like crazy in this place. So when I went in, they had like Tonka trucks, like the old metal Tonka trucks. I mean, lined up, and people are like, when I walked in the door, like everybody had one in their hand. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So, Tonka trucks, Fisher Price, like they had a lot of old stuff. I got bags of old Fisher Price characters and bags of old Cowboys and Indians, like the 70s Cowboys and Indians.
Like, dude, I have a whole bag of Star Wars, original Star Wars action figures. I need to do something with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, at the last week at the there's a flea market that's Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays here. Last Friday morning, there was like a random guy that never sets up there. He was just must have been cleaning out his garage or whatever. Had a whole box of like vintage He-Man toys with
Oh yeah.
with like all the accessories and everything. And somebody picked that up, a whole box of it for $35.
Gosh,
And
lucky.
yeah, it was real early though before I would even got there. The guy said it was still dark out when he was unloading his truck.
Yeah, I got a set of Titleist today, old school.
Nice.
AccuPro or AccuFlow. Yeah, I looked them up. They're like 150 on the. It's a full set, but it's like 150 on just the irons, I think.
Very nice.
So
All the ones right now far from me. Wakanda, Illinois.
we kind of.
Yeah, that's a place.
Well, he asked if you got snow today up there. Let's see.
I was talking to Mike, the January house. He's up in Boston. He was at Fenway Park today, and it was snowing.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's what Walter's talking about. No, man, I'm in Illinois. It was beautiful here for a change and not snowing like Boston. That's crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. Be fun. All right. Well, guys, if y'all got any more questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I usually try to pitch to Jimmy, but their show is already going on. So if you're still here, there's guys. Man, Joe, we appreciate you coming by for sure.
Oh yeah, anytime. I had a lot of fun. It was great.
Yeah, we man, I was the other day I've been trying to get back on track about scheduling, but I'm terrible about it. So, I shot Joe a message. I said, man, I'm sorry this is so late, but can you come on? I thought about you a couple weeks ago, and I was like, man, I need to get Joe on because we've been knowing each other for a while as far as on the YouTube world.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I'm watching you guys, pretty much Wednesday while I'm working and not live. So, but we appreciate you coming out.
Definitely, Joe.
Yeah, anytime, guys. I had fun.
So you got anything coming up that we can make people aware of? Like,
I'm gonna put out a video tomorrow morning if I get it all. I gotta do a thumbnail for it. I'm gonna put out a video. It's similar to the video that Sam mentioned earlier, where I went thrifting in Philadelphia. I just went over to Bridge, over in Jersey. I hit a couple thrift stores over there, and just to compare both, both sides of the river.
I wonder if, like, with what Rutgers kind of being right there, if you would get some like garbage from, well, not garbage, stuff from like college kids moving out and stuff like that, especially like if you're May, they were in session at all.
Well, a lot of the, I don't know, they haven't done it, but like a lot of the bigger colleges like Temple University, and, University of Penn, Drexel,
Dragons.
The city was having such a hard time when all these kids would move from their off-campus housing. Yeah. Literally at the end of the year, they would just throw everything out at the curb, and the city was having a hard time picking it all up. Where they actually have a huge auditorium somewhere on either Drexel's campus or University of Penn's campus. I don't remember which one it is, where they actually give like a credit to the Temple to the students to bring their stuff that they don't want there, so they're not, and then they have a sale, like they give them like a credit to the bookstore that dump all your stuff like microwaves and furniture and other things you don't have, and then the university will have like a yard sale basically and get their money back that they gave to the kids for dropping it off. So 2 years ago I went to one of them, but it was a lot of bigger items, kids just moving out, office chairs and desks and couches and things like that there. But I thought it was a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. I'm holding out for like local college and university auctions. Get some science equipment on the cheap.
Yeah.
Like that, some of that stuff will like flip pretty well.
Yeah, when my youngest was in college, So she played college athletics. So like a lot of times the boys teams, those guys, like when they left, they just leave their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, yeah, I can't tell you the amount of stuff that she scooped, like Adidas gear, like because like their school was sponsored by Adidas. They're leaving all this stuff there. But the other thing she found tons of was books they never turned back in. She'd come out with a stack. She'd take them right to the bookstore.
Yeah. Free money right there.
Cash money.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely money in those books.
Yeah. But one of them things. All right, man. Well, Sean dropped your link once again. And I think further up, there's a link for Jimmy and those guys. They said they're doing Bean Boozled. So thank you for hanging out. Make sure if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to Philly Picker. Whose channel you're on Tuesday or Wednesday this week?
We're going to be on mine.
Okay.
Again, for the last few weeks, it's been on mine. It's just easier because when we were switching around, a lot of people were missing which channel we were on. So pretty much, last few weeks, it's been on mine. We're going to keep it there for a little bit.
Nice.
So
I got you. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming by. Sam, you got anything going on other than raising chickens and kids?
Still moving. Gonna finish moving the rest of my inventory tomorrow, and yeah, man, sorting out what I gotta, purge, and then so I can make room for buying stuff. You didn't hear that, wife?
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. All right, guys. Well, obviously, we'll be listing live on my channel on Tuesday. Can't promise you a pre-recorded, but I will be on Tuesday. And then if you don't catch me then, we'll see you again Friday for sure. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all have a good night.
see everybody.